we didn't have cash, and so we would start being creative. We were all on fire, the four of us, and then Logan passed away on April 30th. It's just an unbelievable loss that nobody should have to deal with.
Like, I can't even imagine the pain that you still carry. What advice would you give those that are actually going through this right now? Before hopping into this I Can conversation with May and Izzy, I just want to tell you that this is the episode for you if you have had tremendous hardship in your life and you're wondering how to get through it and how to overcome it, all while maintaining your business. May and Izzy have gone through some of the most challenging things anybody could ever imagine, but they took that, and I'm not gonna share too much with you in this intro, but they took that and they moved it into one of their greatest blessings. So let's get started in the I Can conversations with May and Izzy. All right, welcome to Tuesday Live. I am so excited. I've got May and Izzy Clark on today to the I Can conversation. Yes, that is what I have termed it, the I Can conversation. Taking those that have thought about something that they've always wanted to do, knowing that they can, and then actually turned it into I did. So May and Izzy, thank you so much for being here. And I'm wondering, can you guys start out and just kind of tell us a little bit about your background and just tell us more about you guys.
Do you want to go first? I'll have you go first.
Yeah, let me go first. Okay, so I'm May, and I am a single mom of three, and my three, they're older, like Iz, and I've got kind of a bit of an entrepreneurial background. When I was younger, I'd owned some businesses, but then being a single mom, that can be, there can be some challenges there. So I'd had some sales and entrepreneurial background, but had really been doing admin work for the past 8 or 10 years. We do have some creative background in our house. Everybody likes to make stuff. Yeah, Izzy and her brothers. I have Logan, Cash, and Isabel are my three, and we just that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, well, I'm Izzy, like she said. All the creative stuff going on in the house. I was always a really artsy kid, so I'm pretty much like, I like to do the creative stuff, whether it's designing or just photography, any of the like technical stuff I like to her. So,
yeah.
We found a good groove with that.
I'd like to mention her eyebrows are perfect. They're amazing.
She has quite the eyebrow game, right? Yeah. But yeah, Izzy loves to make stuff like she made these. She's decided she needs to make earrings now. So
I think they're really cute. Okay, so let's talk about this entrepreneur journey. So if you don't mind sharing, you started and you grew pretty quick in the last couple months with some of the hardest things that have happened in anybody's life. Can you talk about like how you were able to get where you are today with some of the hurdles that you've gone through? Like, talk about, I know that you just didn't have a ton of cash being a single mom of three. You just didn't have a whole bunch of cash to invest into a business. So how did you overcome fear? How did you start using the resources that you had to get things going?
So I found, for me, because I had wanted to sell online, and I knew that selling online was going to be the ticket to changing our financial future for my family for a long time. But I had this fear, this uncertainty. Like, I would start doing something and then I'd be like, oh, that didn't work. And I'd stop, and I'd start and I'd stop. So for me, the first thing I had to do was change my mindset. I had to get over this idea, this wrong way of thinking, that it wasn't going to work, or just the lies that I hear in my head, right? That it wasn't going to be okay. So the first step was finding you, and this awesome, supportive group of people, this group that you've allowed us all to be a part of. And I saw, wow, there's other people that think like I do and feel like I do, and other moms, and they're making it, and this is happening. And it helped me to push the lies out of my head. So that was the first thing. I had to just like push those lies out of my head and not be afraid anymore. And then as I wasn't afraid, then Isabel got excited, or my other two got excited, right? And so we started doing things. So we didn't have cash, and so we would start being creative, right? Like, what could we make? Izzy mentioned she's a maker. And, and there's only so many things she could crochet or that we could paint, like a maker. But I did have some background in print, and she had design and background skills in print, and we were able to start designing shirts and realize there was an opportunity that you could use mock-ups to help design shirts when we couldn't get inventory. And Izzy was really great at that. And
okay, so for those that don't know what a mock-up is, will you explain what a mock-up is?
Yeah, sure. So or my younger son Cash used their magic creative Adobe Photoshop skills, and they put these beautiful designs on shirts and on models that the pictures are in the Adobe Photoshop, and then they look beautiful. They look like a photo shoot. It looks like we went out and spent thousands of dollars on inventory and models and professional photography, and we did it because we didn't have that, you know. So it really gave us the flexibility to grow, because we were able to buy some blank shirts and then we would print them when people bought the designs from the mock-ups. So that was really the beginning of the business for us. And then it was fantastic, right? It was awesome. And you know, as like destiny would have it, we're just about 15 minutes from one of the largest wholesale apparel blank distributors in the country. They only have 6 distribution centers in all of the country, and we're 15 minutes from one. So there might have been a little divine, intervention in there, or we would think that. So that's where we were, right? And we just sort of organically fell into this, because I think everybody goes through that at first, especially when you don't have money, is what will I sell and what will I do? And especially as a single mom, for me, it's like I'm not afraid of work, but I want to know, I already feel like I'm cheating everything, right? Like I don't have enough time in the day. So I want to know where I put my time matters. So, and it's going to make a difference. So I first had to realize that this was a real viable business. I had to stop stopping. I had to believe in myself, right? And once I did that, things with the t-shirts started falling into place. That was great.
Okay, so I'm going to take this one step further. I love that story. You came into a market that's, most people's terms already saturated. The t-shirt business, everybody's doing t-shirts. What were you able to do to say, you know what, it's not saturated, make room for me and Izzy, we got to place a piece of this pie? Like, what did you do to kick those thoughts out of your head to know that there is actually room for you?
Honestly, again, this goes back to the group. I mean, I felt I just was constantly pounding that into my head, to what you teach, the mantra, right? And everybody wears shirts. There's a lot of people. That's what I hear. I'm like, everybody
people that think print is dead, people that think it's all oversaturated. I'm like, I have not met one single person that doesn't wear a shirt, and people are brand loyal. And then there's we print all the shirts ourselves. So it's like, that's artisan small batch printing. You got to find that niche, that was ours. Where, I mean, like, and people love that. And that's, you know what I mean? I feel like that's really a big deal.
It's a big deal. Something else I didn't realize that it seems like it's a little more unique to us too, is that a lot of printers aren't necessarily artists and designers. And they're also not necessarily, maybe they don't do a lot of marketing either. So we sort of encompass all of that, right? Like Izzy, you know, we have that artist, we have that design element here that a lot of printers don't. So even though we were small, I think it's helped us to carve out a spot, because we don't have money to hire a designer, but we have fantastic designers. I gave birth to them. So it's okay, right? So we have these great designers. But so we're, you know, and we did what you teach, right? I was like, what are people complaining about? What are people not happy about? People aren't happy about quality. People aren't happy about consistency. People aren't happy that there's no customer service. Small businesses aren't happy that big printing companies don't take them seriously. They have ridiculous minimums that they can't meet. They don't print boutique quality stuff, you know. So we did all the things. We did what you teach. We filled in all the places where people were upset, right? And it seems to be working for us. So.
It seems to be working very well. Do you mind sharing where your numbers are?
No, I don't mind. So as I mentioned, I wanted to do stuff online a long time, and but when we really started the t-shirts, and in order to really, I think, share the impact of this, I'm going to touch a little bit on something that happened in April this year, the last day of April. So I mentioned to you I'm a single mom of 3, and my oldest, Logan, actually was in an accident in April and passed away. And that was right after, it was just right almost a month to the day that we were in Utah with you. And when we came back from Utah, we were all on fire, the 4 of us. Like, it was just the most amazing trip that we got to be there together. And we had decided as a family, the four of us, me and Isabel and Logan and her younger brother Cash, that we were going to do this. Okay, we're doing it for real. We're doing the shirts. And we had this is it. So it was really ground zero for us. And we got another piece of equipment. It was just that worked out some equipment that we needed. And then Logan passed away on April 30th. And really we were starting there from ground zero. From May 12th to August the 12th, we did over $25,000 in sales. So in 3 months, over $8,000 a month, dealing with what I can tell you is something, no one, it's just an unbelievable loss that nobody should have to deal with, right? And we decided as a family, Isabel and Cash and I, that one, we were going to do hard things for Logan because we could stop and lay down. I don't know what good that does anybody, right? And I am a single mom of 3. We've had hard times. We know what it's like to struggle financially. So we thought we could either deal with this with Logan, which is awful, struggling financially, basically being broke, or we could not. We could go for it all the way and do it in a way that honors him and who he is and change the financial future of our family. And that's what we're going to do. I mean, this is hard either way. This really stinks either way, right, with Logan. We're going to do it right.
So I have been so blessed to know your story, and you've kept me updated along your journey. You went through one of, I can't even imagine the pain that you still carry with this. And this is so complex. What was it? What was it that made you keep going? You were dealing with losing your son, losing your baby, right? And you were able to say, you know what? Instead of staying stuck and laying down, like what you just said, you're going to rise up and you're going to make this happen. What help those that are going, what advice would you give those that are actually going through this right now?
I have a couple of things, right? And I wish Cash was here, my youngest. So Cash just recently wrote a paper on something, on an event that had defined him, right? That helped define who he is in life. And it was Logan's passing. And he said, dealing with grief like that is like a riptide. I don't know if anybody knows, like a riptide, if you fight it, then it takes you down and you drown, right? You just drown. And he said, it's like a riptide. And you either grief is like that. You either go through it, you just allow yourself to go through it and you come out on the other side. Or you fight it and you ignore it and you just lay down and you drown. And he said, as a result of that, Mom, I know that I want to be the best person that I can be and live the life that God has for me to live on this earth and follow my dreams to the fullest because Logan's not here to follow his. And I think for us, honey, I'm sorry. So for us, I think that was a big thing, knowing that okay, we're all really close, the four of us, and Log would really say, what are you guys doing? You're just gonna lay down and not do this? This was our dream. We have to do this. So it was knowing that he's not here to see it, but we know that he's with us in spirit. He's always with us. And that's what it is, we're not gonna give up. We're not gonna give up. We're not gonna lay down. We're not gonna be miserable. We're going to live every day to the fullest, honoring his memory, doing hard things in his memory. That kid did hard things. He loved people so completely and had such an impact. And we want to have that impact too. How are we going to have an impact on people if we're broken, sad, and hiding in the house? We can't,
You are so powerful. How are you going to have an impact when you're broken, sad? We can quote, there's so many quotables that we can pull out of here. I'm very humbled. I'm very humbled to know you, and for you being open and being able to share the story of this journey that you've gone on, and getting up over and over and over again. This wasn't just a one-time decision. I'm just going to get up today.
Right.
Actually, Izzy, I just want to jump through here and give you a big hug. You are making this decision every day, and honestly, it probably is multiple times during the day, and you're just going. And I have so much respect for you for getting up over and over and over again. Like we could just screenshot.
I want to add,
and put it on the wall, and that's our motivation.
whatever. I want to add something else though. This is really important. Like this really resonated with me over and over again. What if I had not gone to ClanCon? What if we hadn't gone and had that last trip? What if I hadn't bought your course? Because I need everybody to understand that making the decision to join because I can 0 to 100K, okay, making that decision is what has allowed us to now be here today with this business that allows us to work together and remember Logan and honor him and know that I'm doing something that was so important to him and was our dream. If I had hesitated, I can't even think about that. So, I mean, I need everybody to know, like, financially, I'm not saying, like, don't pay your bills or steal money, like, I'm not, but financially, on black and white on paper, it did not make fiscal sense for us to go to ClanCon. Like, it would not have, like, in someone's rational, logical mind, they would have said no, and you can't do it. And we did. And I am so, so, so thankful that we did. And other people in your group that I met through your group, their kindness and love toward us is what helped us go. I mean, anyway, I just love it. So I really want to, anybody that is struggling, sitting on the fence, they don't know what to do, they don't want to be irresponsible, I just need to say that sometimes fear disguises itself as being responsible and will cause you to miss opportunity in your life. And that's really important.
Agreed. Thank you. Like now I want to crawl through the screen and give you a hug. Because it is scary sharing your journey. It is scary stepping up. And you're right, it doesn't always make sense on paper.
Right.
And if we miss these opportunities where we actually can say yes, there's huge opportunities down the road that we'll never get to, ever.
Right? Yeah.
Ever. Okay, so tell me, I love you guys. I hope you know that.
We love you. We love you. Thank you for loving us. I feel like I'm emotional. You're so sweet. Do you want to say something? I'm just talking and talking.
So Izzy, actually I want to ask you this now. When you started your journey, let's say it was right before ClanCon, so back the 1st of April, when your family was starting to think about this, and you're like, Mom, are you sure? Mom, what about this? Like all that stuff going through your head. How are you able to support your mom and honestly, like do it as a family, like start designing as a family and start investing as a family and start working as a family from the kid perspective?
Well, it's funny because I like, you know what? Jesus got us and we got each other. And like if people would worry, I'm like, what's the worst that's going to happen? And I'd be like, if the worst is like, we're going to lose money, okay, whatever, like, come on. We still have each other. That's fine. So that's kind of how I saw it. And like, Mom would always say, everything we put our hands to is blessed. And when you know that and you walk in that and you talk to God every day, really it's just, you psych yourself out so you never put your hand to anything. It's just like you start like, okay, I'll do this. And it doesn't work for a week. And then you're like, well, it doesn't work. That's stupid, you know. Of course, that's a bad product. But then we found out, the first deal we ran on Pick Your Plum sold one shirt, and I was like, well, this is stupid. Shirts are stupid. It's so ridiculous. And I went to a vocational school for, like, traditional printing and whatnot, and I was like, I can't believe people still print shirts. And then Mom and I talked, and I was like, you know what? Let's try it again. So I found out the more we put our hands to things, and the more that we just stuck with things and had consistency, we did better. And I was like, oh, okay. So it was really a big faith-building thing, too, beyond just seeing the business grow. I feel like that made me a lot closer to God, where it's like, oh wow, yeah, I feel like a dork, I should listen to this guy more, he knows what's up.
That's a good quote too.
Oh, that makes sense, that's so cool. Okay, so that was, and I feel like people, it was funny because usually like there's always one person, I feel like they're struggling with something. Like if one person's in a great mood, like the business is great, there's another person that's like, oh my gosh, everything is falling down around me, it's crumbling. So I think you have to have that balance. So somebody has to be there to be like, no, this is what's really going on, here's the truth, this is what God says, this is what we're doing. And I feel like it was a lot of that back and forth, because I'd have days and I'd be like, oh, again, t-shirts suck, nobody wants to buy a t-shirt. That's so stupid. And then I'd look at it and I'd be like, no, I'm just being negative, I'm worrying about things that don't make sense. But
So true. So true. You are so wise. I swear, every time I look at you, I think I'm looking at an adult, not a kid. Like,
I
things that
know,
you
right?
say, I forget that you're a kid all the
I
time.
know. I know.
All right. Do you
Yeah.
have any shirts that you can share that
Yeah.
yeah,
by?
So she's wearing a shirt. I
think
don't know
that's
if
too
you
light.
can see. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can't see that.
it's that white right there on the
This
yellow.
is an example of a one color shirt, like a one color design that we do, right? So that is the shirt. I don't think we have any like multiple colors. So maybe we should talk a little bit about what we do. So we do traditional screen printing. We can do like heat transfer vinyl. We can also do some sublimation, but the primarily what we do for shirts is traditional screen printing. So if anybody's not sure of what that is, that's where you actually take the ink, right, and you push it into the fabric. It has a real nice feel to it. It has like a real, some people, they'll call it like a light-handed feel. So you don't feel like, and it doesn't pull and crack, right, and it's going to last a long time.
Thank goodness.
Yeah, I know, right? And we use premium shirts, but you know, for really, customers will tell us what they're looking for. Like some boutiques, they know their customer better, right? So some boutiques prefer like a women's cut. Others, you know, it's in style now to have more of a unisex where you can cut the sleeves and do the partial tuck, and we can do all that. We have access to all of that, and like I mentioned, we're close to that distributor, so there's no shipping, and that's easy. So that's mainly what we do.
So you guys have actually done my last couple shirts that I absolutely love. We had one, the limited run of Going Places, and then we had our Clan Insiders shirt, and then we're actually working on a new project. Don't say what it is yet because I want it to be a surprise. Okay. But one thing that I love when I get to work with you is you're patient with me, because I'm like, oh, I have this idea in my head, but I don't know how to articulate it to you. And one of the things that you do is you actually send me a mock-up of it on a model. So I can see, oh, that's how it's going to look. And on the female body, we need to make sure that things are positioned in certain places, right? Or not in certain places. So
exactly.
Come back and say, hey, this is what it's going to look like on a human being. That just gives me so much comfort. And then I've even been able to say, hey, you know what, can you actually just squish it up a little bit? And you were so quick. Izzy, I think you got that back to me within, I don't know, -5 minutes. You were so fast with that.
Yeah, if she's sitting in front of the computer, it's like magic. It's like, yeah.
It is. So I really, like, me personally, I've absolutely loved working with you. And honestly, I was a little bit nervous to share you with the world because I have a feeling you're going to get slammed after this interview.
We're ready. We are so ready. We're so ready. I do want to just super fast. I want to touch on that too. Another thing that I really, really enjoy is working with small businesses. It's awesome. Like moms that, you know, that haven't done shirts before. They don't know what their opportunity is in branding, or maybe they just want to do a small batch, but they want to have high quality. So we really are excited to be able to do that.
And I like seeing people's, like, because, you know, as it's so funny to take it for granted, like, designers, like, I like people saying, like, this is my idea, and then I give it back to them, and they're like so beyond it. I just really love what we do.
And it shows. It totally shows, because you don't, like, your mock-ups aren't just like a flat lay, right? Or you just taking a picture on your kitchen counter or whatever. You put love into your product. I can see it. You've helped me get orders faster. You've been over backwards for me to make sure that my people have exactly what they need. Like, there's something that's so unique about you guys that it's just so fun to work with you. And your minimums, 25 shirts minimum to order, like, that blows my mind. Not having to order 50 or 75 shirts is just a huge blessing on small entrepreneurs who are testing the market here and there.
Right? Yeah.
You guys have done a fantastic job. Okay, so what I actually want to do now, some of you guys are going to want to experience this and use t-shirts in your business. You guys want to talk about the package that you put together for anybody that wants to come and experience the May and Izzy experience?
Yes. I know what I think about that, the May and Izzy experience. I'll have to make a shirt that says that, right? As you mentioned, like the 25 minimum, normally we have a setup fee. We also have a design fee, and then we, like you said, we'll even do professional mock-ups that allow someone to pick models that match their brand, so you can get your product and you won't have to wait for photo shoots and whatnot. You can get them on your site already, right? So, so for anyone that goes to our site and fills out a request form and mentions hashtag I can, right? Hashtag I can, or Alison, if you forget that, then for 25 shirt, you do a 25 shirt package, we're going to waive your setup fee completely. If you do a 45 shirt package, we're going to waive your setup fee, and we're going to give you those a package of professional mock-ups where you can sit with us and pick the models that are going to, and the colors and aesthetics that are going to best match your brand.
And that piece right there, not having to find models, or if you're the model yourself, not having to put makeup on or fake eyelashes or hair extensions, and then go find a place to take pictures that's not full sun, that's half sun, to find out where the lighting is, and then take the pictures, come down or come back, download them, upload them, edit the pictures, put them on your site. Like, that last piece alone is going to save you, I swear, like 10,000 hours. Maybe not that many, but it will save you so much time. And just think of all the money it's going to save you. You don't have to hire professional photographers, professional models.
And you get your product up faster. You might be sold out before you even get your shirts in your hand. What about that, right? Like, your shirts are shipping to you and they're already gone. You have to do a reorder. Yeah, you have to do a reorder. See?
And that's the best part, right?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, so your site is 923bydesign.com. And then you go to the about. Is it the about?
So right at the top of the page, it's going to say, the homepage, it's going to say get more info. If you click there, there is a quote request form that you can fill out your name, your phone number, your email address, any information about the project if you have it. If you don't, that's okay. We are expanding our site right now to include a product designer. So if you go there right now, the product designer is in beta. So be patient with us there. You're welcome to play around, but it might not be quite right. However, the Get More Info tab, that works perfectly. Fill out your form, send us your name and number. Be sure and put that hashtag I can in the more information section when you hit submit, and we'll know that you get that discount. You get that special offer.
I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing, just being so open, and then experiencing the brand and experiencing you guys telling your story, why you're inspired to do this, how you kept going. And then now people get to go experience your brand. They got to feel your company, and now they get to go experience your company. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having us. We just love you. I know. We just love you. We have to come to Puerto Rico. I don't know.
Please do. Please.
We're just gonna have to.
Door's always open for you guys.
We love you. All right. Thanks.
Oh, that was such a powerful I Can conversation. Now, if you are interested in starting your business or growing your online business, just how May and Izzy did, there's going to be links down below for you to get started. Going into this journey of building your own online store can be very overwhelming and very confusing, and I want to give you the roadmap that I gave May and Izzy for you to be able to get your success, your dreams too, just like they have. So click the link down below, and I'll see you on the inside.